Episode 1. Our guest for today, Angle Army Drift Team. Thanks to our sponsor, Uni Clutch.
All right, today we're here at Bridgestone, Angeles, Pampanga. I'm with Isaac, the team captain, the team owner of Angle Army Drift Team. Yep. There you go. So just want to ask like a couple of questions to get to know him and the team better. Can you just like at least give us a little backstory, quick story about yourself and the team itself?
Yeah, sure. So my name's Isaac. I started drifting in 2022 in Thailand. And quite soon after that, I relocated back here to the Philippines. I'm half Filipino myself. Started drifting, and then very shortly after that, I connected with Budi Dabasol, who's probably the most decorated drifter here in the Philippines. Connected with Budi, we hit it off immediately, and Budi was actually in retirement at the time. And so I kept hassling him, hey, Budi, let's go out and drift. I want to learn these skills from you. And so we would do these track days out at Tarlac, Clark Speedway, R33 Drift Track. And after a while, he saw me having so much fun, and he said, I'm coming back as well. And so when he came back, that's when we set up the team, the Angle Army Drift Team. And now we compete in all the major competitions here in the Philippines.
Two questions. Do you already know Budi prior to flying back to Philippines, or
I did not. No.
How'd you found him?
Yeah, my only contacts in drifting at that time I came back to Philippines were all my drift buddies in Thailand. I didn't know anyone here in the Philippines, and so I started to go out to the track. I started doing some drifting, and I'd always see Budi around, and he was always helpful. He'd come up to me and say, man, I really think you should change this. You should lower your tire pressure. You should maybe put a bit more toe in the back. And I didn't know what any of this meant. So I'm like, man, you got to explain this to me. And over time, I realized this guy's giving me good information, right? And
mentoring you.
Yeah, and my drifting got better every change I made, like that he guided me to do.
Right. So next is what got you into drifting?
So I've loved JDM cars all my life. My first car when I was 16 was an S13 Silvia. So basically the most popular drift platform. So the bug bit me many years ago when I was 16 years old. But
that's in Australia?
In Australia, yeah. And then I really got into it in a big way when I finally had the budget, right. To buy a drift car. Because obviously tires are expensive, turbos are expensive, track fees are expensive, right? So I just didn't have the funds until later on in my life to be able to do it. So as soon as I had those funds, I said, I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm not buying a big house. I'm not spending it on travel. I'm building one of these things.
So all in, how many drifting cars you have?
Right now, so this is Yuki. This is our main car. This is our most serious car.
Oh, okay.
And then we have a Skyline with an SR20 engine. I've got a Mark II, Toyota Mark II, which was never sold in the Philippines, but it was an import from Japan.
Right.
And then there's an IS200 that we're building, and then a Safiro in Thailand. So I think I have 5 drift cars.
Okay. So talking about the drift cars, for those who's planning to drift, are there like any basic setup that you could suggest or you could advise?
Sure. Yeah, so look, a lot of beginners make the mistake of overbuilding their car.
Okay.
So they go way too serious, they have too much power, too much grip, and really when you're starting out, you should be starting with the basics. Donuts, handbrake turn, at the track of course, not on the road. And so all you need to do that is a 200,000 peso Safiro with an RB20 engine.
All right.
You don't need 18-inch wheels, 15-inch rims, cheap, tires, like a good value Saloon tire will work really well. And then you can go drift. And actually, if I'm starting out, I'm going to wait until it's raining. So then I can drift all day at the track and not even burn one set of tires.
Oh,
because I'm just slipping.
So with Silent now, like you mentioned Silent, so does it like give you, is it a big help or it performs well in drifting?
Absolutely. So when I'm just doing my standard practice day, I'll run Siloon Atrezo, which is a very
Okay.
good value but high grip tire. But now what I've got on the back of this car is the 285 Gene
285.
R. So this is a fat tire because this is a 700 horsepower car, 680 horsepower. So it just, with the more entry level tire, it's just lighting them up. So I went up to the Siloon Gene R on this.
Alright.
Now when I put my foot down, all the grip, all the power gets to the ground.
You use Silent for the competition too, right?
Absolutely, yes.
I've seen like a sticker. There's golf.
Yep. So we're very blessed to have Golf sponsor our cars.
Great.
Golf obviously is a name synonymous with motorsport for decades now, and I've always loved the iconic Golf liveries on the old 1960s, 70s race cars. And so when Golf approached us and said, hey, we'd love to sponsor you guys, for me it's like a dream come true because
Someone's believing in you, the support, right?
absolutely. And they look after us for our competitions. Of course, we're running their oils. We've got the oil right there on the roof. You know, it's never missed a beat.
Oh, there, right.
Yeah. You know, we change it for every comp. Runs well.
So fresh
and
oil every comp.
Every comp.
So now with Aguila, they used to
Yep.
like you need also like the windshield, like glass
Yes.
to sponsor, right?
Yes.
You never know what's gonna happen in drifting. Was there any incident that you like, broken windshield?
Yes. So I've had two incidents. So the first is that there's often debris on the track. You know, when there's little collisions, parts fall off cars.
Right.
Sometimes, wait, I'll just wait for the noise.
Yeah.
So parts can fall off cars and end up on the track. Sometimes there's little stones on the track. They get kicked up because it's more than on the street. Because when you're drifting, even though your actual speed might be 60 kilometers an hour or 80 kilometers an
Yeah.
hour, your wheel speed is a 140, right? Because you're smoking, right? It's smoking. So when a stone gets caught there, that tire is launching that small stone at 140 kilometers an hour or more. So, yeah, I've had a broken windshield. There was one time one of the boys forgot to put the hood clip.
Right.
And so the hood flew up and smashed the windscreen. So, Aguila's been a big help getting our glass installed, and they do a home service. So they actually came to us. So we're very thankful for that.
All right. And right now, Uni Clutch is also we just approached you. Uni
Yes.
Clutch has
Yep,
approached
yep,
you, and
yep.
and hopefully that you'd see the potential and
Yeah.
for it to be a big addition to
Yeah.
your cars.
Yeah.
So based on what you've seen, do you think Uni Clutch could be an additional help?
Yeah, look, absolutely. So as I said, this is a 680 horsepower car. So normally what I'd need to run is like a twin plate or a triple
Right.
plate that's really heavy.
Right.
And so when Uni Clutch started talking to us, I'd heard a little bit of buzz about how light the
Right,
Uni Clutch
pedal.
is. And so that means when I'm kind of mid-drift and I need to downshift to second or upshift to third,
Right.
if I've got an easier time in the car, that's a big help. So I can't wait to test drive it. We're still going to install it now. And
You're gonna try it later in Booty's car.
and then, I mean, I've driven Woody's car, and we have a joke about this car that it's Woody spec. So Woody spec is like, it's heavy. You got to
Right.
like manhandle the car, and the clutch was the same in
Right.
last time I drove his car. So I'm super interested to see the
how
change
it's
in the
gonna
Uni
perform.
clutch. Yeah.
Last few questions. One is how do you prepare? How do you prepare for the comp?
Yeah, so mindset is one.
Okay.
Getting in the right headspace of I want to win, but at the same time, drifting is supposed to be fun.
Should be.
Exactly. And what I found is that when I'm too serious, like it affects my driving. I get more tense. I'm not as
Right.
fluid. So I do a bit of mindset stuff. I also like to do some stretching as well. And like I even do yoga in the lead up
Yeah.
because when you have that tension, your muscles can get really tight. So yeah, I do that as well.
How often do you do yoga?
About
Weekly?
I'd like to do 3 sessions in the lead up to the comp. I should do more, but where's the time?
Yeah. I've heard
Yeah.
that you have the simulator.
I
Is
do.
that a big help too for preparation?
Yeah, huge. Like I almost don't want to say it's a hidden secret. But
Okay, I'm not-
No,
I'm
I'm
gonna
kidding.
cut it out.
I'm kidding. No. I want everyone to know about this.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I'm just kidding. So the simulator is a huge help. What we're seeing in professional drifting now
Right.
is we're seeing a lot of young guns, 16-year-old kids, 17, 18-year-old kids come up really fast because they're doing their time on the simulator. So when they go and do a track like Englishtown or Atlanta, they've done that track 5,000 times on the sim. So when they hit real life, it's second nature to them. So I built my simulator about a year ago, and it's taken me about 8 to 9 months to fine-tune everything. And now I can't imagine drifting without a sim because it's such a big help.
So like it also improve your skills in driving and drifting.
Yeah, for sure. So put it this way. If I want to practice tandem runs in real life,
Right.
I have to talk to my team, as we've been doing today. Change oil, tow the car to the track, pay my track fee, refit tires, and so it takes so long. And then when you're about to tandem with someone else, maybe their car has a problem, right? And so you don't get to tandem that day.
Right.
Now with the simulator, I go straight online. Within 2 minutes, I'm on a server with 12 drifters, and the amount of tandem time I'm getting is just probably 100 times what I'd get in a real life track day.
Oh.
It's huge.
So this would be a great advantage if you have a simulator. Next
Yeah.
is so the last question is what's the goal, personal goal, and for the team?
Yeah. So my personal goal is to be a top 5 drifter in the world. That's my personal goal. And when I say that, comps are important,
Right.
but I want to bring back the artistry of drifting. You know, finding a amazing road up in like Batanes or something, and just trying to get approval to like just close it for like just 10 minutes.
10
That's
minutes
all we need.
just to drift.
10 minutes, just shred it, show the beauty of the Philippines while
drifting.
While
While
drifting.
doing the thing you love.
Exactly. So that's the sort of thing I want to do. What was the second question?
The goal for the team.
Yeah, so the goal for the team is to show the Philippines that we can have very high level, Formula Drift level, Drift Masters level drifting right here in the Philippines. So tandems that are like super close. What I really want to bring to the Philippines with this team is that type of drifting where people go, that looks crazy.
Yeah.
Right? That's what I want to bring.
All right. So this is Isaac, the team captain, team owner of the Angle Army Drift team. So, let's give some love and support for the team. They'll be racing on Saturday, this Saturday, and you can also check them out on their Facebook page. So you can see it right down here. So visit their page, follow them, and see what they got, and you'll be amazed. So that's it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.